Hello, family, and welcome back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you for coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is no respect, and my support scripture for this is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 21, which reads, "To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress." And family, I just want to touch on this scripture because it's not saying to disrespect people. It's not saying, anything to disregard, your first meetings upon people. No, you always treat people with respect. But the respect in this case is to vouch for somebody, to be surety for someone, to sign for someone. And you have to be mindful of that because when you are going forward and you have things that, you set in place, things that you're going to accomplish, things that you are, that you go oriented on, and you are in agreement, those things can always change. And those things can throw you off the path that you were destined for, that God has put you on. But, whatever God has put in front of you, you won't be thrown off on. It's just the point that you, by mistake, have brought along someone who should not have been on that journey. And, this happens oftentimes. We become surety for people, and you don't disrespect the people that you have become surety for, but you feel disrespected when that trust is broken. And when that trust is broken, you have to just, you have to figure out, what is God teaching you at this time? So should you lose respect for that person? No. It's hard not to. You shouldn't lose respect for anyone. You should give them the respect. However, you should not be surety for this person any longer. You shouldn't go forward with this person, in your circle, in your close circle. And so some things you have to remove, some people you have to remove out of that circle so that you don't get caught up in the trap, so that you don't fall by the wayside or get drugged down when you're trying to move up and move on. So yes, this is a great verse for today, to not be a respecter of persons, but because it says for a piece of bread that man will transgress, to feed his family, to do what he needs to do for his own, to do what he thinks is in his best interest. Most people will do that. Not all men are built the same. Not all men are built to be a respecter of persons or to be surety for someone. I deal with that oftentimes being here. People who know me will refer other people to me, for information and things of that nature. But I can't be surety for people. I can't guarantee what one person will do will necessarily benefit you, and vice versa. So I try to stay out of the way when it comes to things like that. Because having gone through those situations and having been burnt in the past, you don't want to always step up and be forefront for people who may not have the same values as you. And, that's just a good thing to remember, and it's not to get in your feelings, because at the end of the day, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. It's powers, principalities, and a host of spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. And that's the thing that always has to be forefront in your mind, because, when people do things wrong against you, whatever spirit that may be in this situation is why they're doing it, or why you feel wrong. You always have to check yourself and think about, how you've gotten yourself here. Were you in the right spirit? Were you listening to God? Were you following the way you should have? I think about this when I think about Moses. and he was moving forward to get to the new location that he was destined to go. He was held up because of his father-in-law. You know, at the same time, you can't be held up by anyone. You know, sometimes we put a lot of things on hold for people that we think are going to come alongside us, that we think we can build with, and we can't. You know, you hold yourself up, you will hold yourself back, and you'll be holding yourself back from where God is blessing you to get to. You know, Moses was supposed to be getting to Canaan. You know, you aren't getting to your promised land. You're not building the wealth for your future because you're waiting on somebody that don't have the same values as you. And so, family, I'm not going to hold you long. I appreciate you for coming along. And as always, enjoy the journey.